So, you want to do a little job for me? A little job for the wrecking crew?
Maybe. What's in it for me?
I'll give you 40 bones. You do good and maybe you could join the crew.
Join the wrecking crew?
Maybe. It's not that easy, my man. You gotta prove yourself first. Think you could do that? You think you're man enough to roll with the wrecking crew?
Yeah, sure. Just tell me what you want me to do for the wrecking crew. I'm down with you guys. I'll do it.
What's your name, little man?
Adam.
All right, Adam. Today's your lucky day. You get a chance to prove you can roll with the wrecking crew.
Yeah, that kid was just like me. That kid was a bit skinnier. I was kind of a bigger, heftier kid. It's kind of trippy, actually. It's how it happened to me, pretty much. Exactly. I was a good kid, but kind of shy, didn't have a lot of friends. I was asked by this guy, this gangbanger, who I looked up to. He asked me, the fat kid, to run some dope for him. So what do you think I said? I didn't have the will back then. I just wanted to belong. At first it was simple shit, I thought it was nothing. But he introduced me to all the boys, the girls, you know the story. I started working out, then I got into coke, crank, the whole deal. I was big, fierce, stupid, but I always thought I could handle myself. The game actually ended up handling me, and I wanted out.
I think it's really important that youth understand if you're going to make this decision, getting into gangs, here's what's waiting for you. Here's the end of the road. Drug addiction, jail, death.
A lot of those gang recruiters, they're like predators. They actually prey on the young people who are vulnerable, and a lot of these youths are vulnerable because they've immigrated from some other country and they're new to Canada, or they're youths who don't have a strong attachment to their community or their families.
My father wasn't around that much when I was younger. I had to learn from the streets and my associates. Yeah. Finally, one time, one of my good friends, he said, "Oh yeah, you should join." So I just joined because it's like a acceptance, I thought it was a brotherhood, I was about, I'd say maybe 13 or 14.
Well, my brother was in a gang, the same one I ended up joining. I kind of grew up with it. He started as a runner, then a dealer, then pretty much a major player. Now he's in jail. I picked up where he left off. So I started as a runner, and as soon as I was running weed over the border and bringing coke back, I can't believe I even did it.
They can't fit in at school. They're kind of that black sheep kid, and they find success with the gangs. Now that, all they have to do is sell drugs and do what they're told, and they make money and everything's fine, but they don't realize that comes with a price.
Basically, I got messed up really bad. That's how I got out. I'm a big guy, right? So pretty quick, I was the dude who collected debts. I'm not proud of what I've done. I still see a lot of shit at night. Images, people cowering, just begging me to stop. Blood on my hands. That's the truth. It's messed up. But you can only live that way for so long before it comes back at you. Basically, I got jumped one night by a couple of dudes from another gang. You ever been beat up, bro? I can't say this, right? It's terrifying. You're powerless, man. Powerless. I felt like that fat kid again. Alone, weak. Doesn't matter now. They pretty much beat me pretty good. Busted my arms, both left and right. Broke my jaw, cuts, concussion, the whole deal. I was drinking through a straw for months. People cleaning me with a sponge. My body went to hell. Not one of my homies came to see me. How's that for respect? I got time to think though, man. When I was in the hospital, I got to thinking, man, what am I doing with my life?
When you hit rock bottom, sometimes that's when you're motivated to make a change.
About 2 years into it, my girl got pregnant, and the next thing I knew, I was a dad. I wanted to be a good dad, but I was really clueless, and I was still just a kid. Anyway, I didn't stop the game. It kind of got worse, but the full patch of the members they told me that I was going to live in a grow up, but they said it was simple and it was good money. Free rent. The kid and the girl had a roof over their heads, but we could never leave. Someone always had to watch the place, and that was the deal. No holidays or nothing, but it's pretty much kind of like a prison.
One of my good buddies, he kicked down the door and he didn't research the grow out properly, and the guy put a shotgun in his face, and he wasn't scared of the gun, and then he was wrestling with the guy, and the guy shot him in the face and took like half his face off, and he died right on the spot. Ever since my one buddy died like that, I just stopped doing that and, stopped, don't want to hang around with those guys. I'm just gonna end up in jail hanging out with you guys or 6 feet under, right?
There is fear when you're making a major life decision, especially when you're talking about leaving a gang. You're talking about potentially putting your own life at risk and the lives of the people you care about at risk.
So, one night I'm out at the bar with some members, my buddies, we're chilling. It's like 1 a.m. and then my cell blows up and it's my girl. She's screaming in panic. I can hear my son in the background. He's like bawling his eyes out. All I heard there was like these 3 guys at the door in masks, holding bats, and one was with the axe. They busted in the door. And this time my son's not even 1 year old, and imagine that. I'm high and drunk as fuck. And my girl is holding my son in her arms while 3 dudes busted down the door with an axe. That was my life. Pretty much a horror film. I was an hour away from home, and I think I got there in 30 minutes. I couldn't call the cops. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Hey, I live in a grow up and a bunch of guys just broke in the house. But so what I did was I pretty much just called my boys and they said, just handle your business or something like that. They didn't really care. But it was just about the dope, the money. You're just pretty much on your own. So anyway, my girl is yelling on the phone. My son is crying. I can hear the pounding on the door. Then nothing, not a sound. I just keep driving and driving, like a crazy person. Then when I get there, the dudes are gone. My girl is tied up and gagged. They left my son in some other room on the ground, just lying there crying, red-faced and howling. I can never forget that. That was my fault. It's on me. It's messed up shit. A couple days later, I met with some members and told them I was out. I had to pay for everything. Stolen dope, the lost earnings with interest. I lost everything and more, but I still have my family.
There's always a window of opportunity to offer an alternate choice to a youth. And as a youth probation officer, I never stop offering employment opportunities, a career path program, or other programs.
Well, it was hard for me to get out because I was addicted to the money. I also had the tats, I looked the part so employers could look at me and basically say, yeah, right. The only thing I could do is go back to school and try to finish it. I've always been good with my hands, and so I worked nights for a buddy fixing cars. Going back to school was hard, just getting to that life again. One afternoon I was looking pretty exhausted, and my mechanics teacher asked if I was all right, if I needed anything. I told him the whole story, the whole thing, and he listened, but the next thing I knew, I was in a meeting with the RCMP officer at my school. It was hard to trust him at first, but he had no interest in my past, just my future. So the officer hooked me up with the counselors at school, where I talked about my life, my plans for the future. They hooked me up with this training program outside of school, so when I was done, I'd have a place to go afterwards. My shop teacher was in on it too. It seemed everyone was. So no brochures about how to get out of the gangs or a pat on the back, but just real life shit, how to pay the bills, who to talk to. They even helped my family too. We learned how to sign up for a child benefit, how to do our taxes, They helped us with childcare so my wife could start working again. Everyone at that school was pretty much there for me. I never felt that way before. It's a good feeling. Not even for my brother. I was an individual to them. They could care less about my past, and that was freeing. You know, they only cared about what was next for me, and that felt good.
It's really about making the connection. It's the relationships we find is the most important thing for the youth to have. We try and create a safe environment for the kids to either talk about what's going on for them one-to-one or in our group, making sure it's a safe place for them to discuss what's going on and feeling safe for us to kind of help them address the issues.
The idea becomes that they are going to have to learn to trust that the person sitting across from them really understands where they're coming from and really gets the struggles that they're facing right now and the decisions that they're about to make.
When I was beat up, I had a lot of rehab to do, physiotherapy, hitting up the gyms, rec centers. I'm not the smartest guy around, but I thought, shit, if it's all just about the money, I need to get a job. Or I knew I'd be right back into dope and beating people up. I was encouraged by people that were helping me to take personal training course and get certified as a trainer. So they linked me up with places that deal with youth. Anyway, they hooked me up with personal training programs, got me going. I think it's all about trusting people in the community, people who do legit shit with their lives. Real money, sweat money. Honestly, bro, I went to them, they helped me. They didn't have to, but they did. All they did was listen, just like that. I guess they just did their job. It was my decision. That's the key. That's some big time power. My life was full. I was working towards something, getting educated, learning how to live all over again.
My son is 3 years old now, and I'm working as an apprentice with a great mechanic. I love working with my hands. He's helping me along, and I should get my ticket soon. So that's good money, honest work. We've got another child on the way, so that feels pretty good. But you know, this time I feel real ready, and my fiance, we're getting married next year, and that's pretty safe. I know that. And I know that I'm not also putting them in danger this time, and that's all that matters.
People are all looking for a sense of meaning. If you can help them to find meaning in their transition and the future that awaits them, because ultimately if you can get them to dream big, then they're going to be much more successful than not believing that there's anything good waiting for them on the other side.
I know if I started hanging out with positive people, you know, you just stay out of trouble, right? You know, gangs are stupid, man. It's you know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.